Is my shirt too alluring? It's like, oh gee, Snood, I can't focus on the video. I keep staring at your clavicle. I'm sorry. Hey, eyes up here, okay? Focus, all right? This is important. Hi everyone, my name is Snood and I'm one of the community... I'm the community manager at Coffee Stain Studios. In today's video, I'd like to talk about the state of Update 8 on experimental and what you can sort of expect from us the next couple of weeks, given that we are going on vacation. I'm also going to be talking about the new official wiki and why it moved, so stick around for that if you want to hear all that like juicy gossip or whatever. I don't know. We've released a couple of hotfixes on experimental, and by the time this video comes out, it is very likely that we pushed the last patch for experimental for quite some time, as next week our vacation period starts. We're going to be gone for the entire duration of July, so you probably won't see any new patches for experimental until August. So yeah, so far we've been quite happy with the stability of the experimental release. And what I mean by that is that we sort of haven't seen too many crashes, freezes, general game blocking issues. It has been very important for us that we try and leave the game in as good of a state as possible before we go on vacation. So we've been incredibly picky as to what we have included in our hotfixes as to avoid regression bugs as much as possible. That's not to say that folks aren't experiencing problems at the moment, the most prominent ones being performance issues and stuttering. We were sort of expecting these types of problems. In fact, we sort of spoke about it briefly in our Unreal Engine 5 video a couple of weeks back. And we are looking into this, but it is quite a complex issue to solve, and it will probably take some time. But we appreciate all the info that you guys have provided to us on our QA site, specifying, like what hardware you have, what settings you're using, all that good. It really helps a lot, so thanks for that. I highly recommend checking out the video we put out last week where Jace talks more about this issue. Am I pointing in the right corner? Yeah, I am. Where Jake talks more about this issue and some troubleshooting tips that might help. There's a bunch of other issues of varying degrees of severity. A couple of honorable mentions are getting stuck in hypertubes, which turn out to be quite an extensive change to fix, so we could not do that before vacation. There's also players getting disconnected while being idle in vehicles. Pillars can't be adjusted with a customizer. You also can't attach wall-mountable power poles to pillars. There are weird rendering issues with pipes. Some keybinds are not working. The object scanner doesn't display its text properly. Just to name a few. There's plenty more. If I didn't rattle out the one that you think is most important, don't come with me, all right? This is how it is. But anyway, please post and upvote whatever issues you're running into on our QA site, questions.satisfactorygame.com. That way everyone can take a look at it. I just want to quickly mention too that some of these issues might have been marked as fixed internally on our QA site by this point, but merging these fixes into the build might have been like too involved or affected too many other systems, making us a little bit uncomfortable patching them into the game this close to leaving for vacation, because like I mentioned before, it sort of risks introducing regression bugs and affecting the overall stability of the game. And yeah, like I mentioned before, we are playing it quite safe here, okay? We don't dare venture too deep into the water, we might get wet. But what about dedicated servers? I hear you yelling at your screen, among other things. It's important to remember that dedicated servers themselves are still experimental, so when playing Update 8 on dedicated servers, you're effectively playing an experimental state of the game on an experimental implementation of dedicated servers. We sort of still need to mainly focus on the game itself, and fixing issues that are specific to dedicated servers often gets sort of shoved to the sideline, unfortunately. We would really like to be able to fix some of these issues and spend way more time on dedicated servers. But given how much work there is maintaining the game itself at the moment, it's so difficult to find time. And we're a bit uncertain as to when we can give, dedicated servers the love that it deserves. All right, now I want to talk about the brand new fancy official Satisfactory wiki. The wiki at satisfactory.wiki.gg is the new official wiki. We announced this on the release stream and we mentioned it in last week's video, but we didn't dive too deep as to why this change has happened. So I'm gonna give you the full scoop, all right? Extra, hear about it. Okay, here we go. All right, children, gather around. Let's hear the tale, all right? So in the long ago, in the distant year of 2018, the wiki was created by our community over on Gamepedia, and then it was sort of endorsed by us as being, you know, the official wiki, sort of. But then, in the early 2021, fandom started migrating Gamepedia wikis over to fandom.com to sort of like unify the experience. This resulted in like an overhaul design, which was quite bloated with ads that take up a lot of screen space, including auto-playing videos and, you know, mixed in irrelevant content, making it kind of horrible to use the site if you weren't using an ad blocker. It also took away a lot of control the contributors had over the design of the wiki. So by moving to wiki.gg, the wiki contributors will be able to regain that original freedom of the design of the wiki that was there from the start. Now, this wasn't a decision that us folks at Coffee Stain made. This is rather something that was voiced by the community of contributors of the wiki for a long time. And with the move to wiki.gg, they believe strongly that the new wiki will provide a much better experience. And, you know, we sort of trust and support the decision in making this move. So make sure to update your bookmarks because you'll only find information regarding update 8 on the new wiki, as the old wiki won't be updated anymore. Finally, I want to mention that Jason and I will be attending Twitchcon Paris in July. So if you're also attending and want to say hi, then this is your chance. In the past, we've also sort of organized a little meetup outside the venue. So even if you're not attending Twitchcon, you'll have a chance to say hi. We'll sort of see what we do because we've heard that there aren't any like good spots in proximity to the venue. So yeah, we'll see what we do. But do keep a lookout on our Twitter for more info during the days of TwitchCon. Anyways, so yeah, that's all I wanted to say in this video. I believe we have 2 more weeks of streaming planned over on Twitch, but this is quite possibly the last video you will see from us until we're back from vacation. So until I see you next time, have a lovely summer. And as always, don't forget to report any issues you run into our QA site, questions.satisfactorygame.com. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye. I highly recommend checking out the video we put out last week where Jake, who the hell's Jake?